I want to talk about North Carolina's House Bill 2, or the bathroom bill, also known as bathroom panic. Here's the situation. The city of Charlotte passed a law granting transgendered people the right to use the bathroom that corresponds to their gender identity back in February of this year, 2016. What that means is this. If a man claims that he is a woman trapped in a man's body, then he can go into the women's bathroom. Vice versa as well. If a woman claims that she is a man trapped in a woman's body, then she can go into the men's bathroom. This caused a big uproar in the city of Charlotte with many of its residents. A month later, in March of this year, Governor Pat McCrory and the state of North Carolina passed House Bill 2, which stopped transgendered persons from going into the bathroom of their so-called gender identity anywhere in the state of North Carolina. When this happened, it caused a big uproar amongst the LGBT community and became a hot topic on the mainstream media outlets. Many people said, "Who cares where you go to the bathroom?" Many said, "I don't want anyone telling me where I can or cannot go to the bathroom." Some commented, "This is government overstepping their boundaries." I went online and could not believe what I was reading and hearing come from the people that preach tolerance. The LGBT crowd goes around preaching tolerance and acceptance, but when people began to voice their opinion against what the queer crowd wanted, the LGBT people began making statements like this. The conservatives are worse than ISIS. ISIS cuts the heads off of people, especially the LGBT crowd. However, the American conservative just wants them to go to the proper bathroom. Some said right-wingers need to die. Wow. So much for tolerance and acceptance from this crowd. They're wishing people dead while the conservatives are wishing they would just go to the proper restroom. I think with everything that is going on in our country, unemployment being high, disease being spread, racial tensions rising, the economy being what it is, wars and rumors of war, natural disasters happening all over, that there are more important things to be discussed and dealt with other than transgender bathroom preference. To me and thousands of others in North Carolina and millions more around the country feel that this subject is common sense. We have heard the queer crowd's argument over and over and over again. So I want to present my point of view on this subject. The definition of transgenderism is this: the desire to change one sex or to fulfill the role of the opposite gender. Genesis chapter number 1 verse 27 says this: So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. God created man and woman. He did not create trans man or trans woman. God did not create any fe-boys or she-men, no shims or he-she's. Trans man and trans woman is sinful man's doings, not God's. Transgenderism is sin. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 9 says, Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. Effeminate means a man having or showing characteristics regarded as typical of a woman. Men acting like women and women acting like men is sin and not the way God made us. Think about it. When you were born, there was no question what sex you were. Go to the maternity ward at your local hospital and look through the window at the nursery, and I can tell you what you'll see and what you won't see. You'll see girls placed in pink cribs because there's no question that the baby is a girl. Do you know how the hospital staff knows the baby is a girl? She has female genitalia. You will see boys placed in blue cribs because there's no question the baby is a boy. Do you know how the hospital staff knows he's a baby boy? Because he has male genitalia. You will not see rainbow cribs for the transgendered boy, nor will you see rainbow cribs for the transgender girl, because medically there is boy or there is girl. Later in life, when a person has been corrupted by sin, they begin to think they are something when they are not. I believe these folks that claim to be transgender may be mentally ill. Think about it. They are physically one sex, but mentally they think they are the opposite sex. This sounds like split personalities to me. It sounds like dissociative identity order. Dissociative identity order is a condition wherein a person's identity is fragmented into two or more distinct personalities. That sounds like the transgender crowd to me, two personalities. Instead of pandering to the desires of the transgender crowd, we should help them by offering them mental health care. That would be looking out for them. Caving into their sickness only hurts them in the long run. House Bill 2 is looking out for the best interest of our women and children. In North Carolina, there are over 21,000 registered sex offenders. Mecklenburg County, the county that Charlotte is in, has over 900 registered sex offenders. There are sex offenders registered in all 100 counties of North Carolina. Under the bathroom law, before it was overturned, all 21,000 plus registered sex offenders would have been given the legal right to go into any public restroom no matter how it was labeled. All they would have to do is claim they're transgendered. No way would I want my wife to be alone in a bathroom with a registered sex offender pretending to be a woman, because if you have a brain in your head, you know exactly what would happen. She would be raped. That's not fair to my wife or any other lady. The law should protect our ladies, not grant access to sexual predators to commit heinous crimes against women. There is also hypocrisy on the side of the LGBT crowd. They say that's a weak argument and that's not what would happen. Well, the man that helped lead the fight to get it passed in Charlotte, where a person could go into the restroom of their so-called gender identity, is himself a registered sex offender. No, that wouldn't happen. Well, I wonder what his intentions would be if he was alone with your wife or your children. I heard this argument on RT. What's the big deal? It's not like you're going to be using the bathroom out in the open in front of people. Bathrooms have stalls. That argument doesn't hold water. How about gyms? Gyms have bathrooms with locker rooms and showers. These are the areas where people could possibly be exposed to those around them. I don't want my wife or your wife to be showering and changing clothes in an area where they will be naked, where there'll be naked men walking around and looking at them. Do you not see how easy this would be for men to prey on women? All they would have to do is claim they're transgendered, and they can go and violate women's privacy. Vice versa. A woman could go into the men's changing room to view men in the nude by claiming she's transgendered. Then let a man begin to look back at her in the nude, and then bam, he's hit with a sexual harassment charge. But here's the most common sense argument of all. Bathrooms are marked men's or boys, women's or girls, not trans man, trans boy, trans woman, nor trans girl, because there isn't any such thing. Chuck Norris said it best. I was once a man trapped in a woman's body, but then my mother gave birth. Folks, this is common sense. God created man and women. If you have male parts on your body, go to the men's room. If you have female genitalia, go to the women's room. If you feel that isn't fair and hurts your transgender feelings, hold it till you get home.